Today I've set before you life and what's good versus death and what's wrong. If you obey the Lord your God's commandments that I'm commanding you right now, by loving the Lord your God, by walking in God's ways, and by keeping God's commandments, regulations, and case laws, then you will live and thrive. And the Lord your God will bless you in the land you are entering to possess. But if your heart turns away, and you refuse to listen, and so are misled, worshiping other gods and serving them, I'm telling you right now that you will definitely die. You will not prolong your life on the fertile land that your peoples are crossing into over the Jordan River to enter and possess. I call heaven and earth as my witnesses against you right now. I have set life and death, blessing and curse before you. Now choose life, so that you and your descendants will live, by loving the Lord your God, by obeying God's voice, and clinging to God. That's how you will survive and live long on the fertile land that God swore to give to your ancestors, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The word of life for this day. Thanks be to God. I'm glad to have had Anita bring in what I know is her favorite book series to tell the stories to the kids. And if you notice on the meditations on the front of the worship bulletin, I had put that in there before Anita told me what she was going to talk about. It's our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. So this series of stories, Harry Potter stories, people have a choice. And the thing is, it's super clear what is good and what is evil. You know, it's the same way in Star Wars, the whole Star Wars series. People have a choice. And there is no doubt what is good and what is evil. And that people have a choice to make between those. So these stories are of wide cross-generational appeal. Stories that offer these images of this clarity between good and evil, but still recognizing that evil has its draw. And it takes effort not to choose it. In real life, the good and the evil are not so clear. But choosing wrong does have its draw, and we recognize that it's not always easy to decide and to know whether you're choosing right or wrong. And we sympathize with people who end up making choices toward the evil side. We understand how that comes to be because we felt what that might be like. So here in this book of Deuteronomy, our hero Moses, has been leading the Israelite people for a long time. He led them to escape from slavery. He led them through the Red Sea. He's led choose life or choose death? Choose following God or choose retreating back to the familiar and the known? Choose God's ways or go with the crowd, with what is popular. The people around them worship other gods. That's what's popular. And so they have this choice to step out and follow God or to go back. And the question is, did you escape from what was holding you back just to get scared and run back to it? Because we've seen this happen and we know it's real. It's like a drug that keeps pulling people back in. Just can't quite keep going forward. So the people need encouragement. We need encouragement to keep going, to keep leaving the familiar and going into the unfamiliar places. Because the way of comfort, the return to the familiar, is a return to Egypt. To Egypt, where slavery is. And so Moses says to the people, well, you've got a choice. You can remain a people by choosing life, following God, choosing death, retreating to the more familiar. You know, once you've gotten out or gotten to enlightenment, once you have been woke, how can you go back? Because now you know things you didn't know. You've been enlightened. Choosing right leads to blessings, even if it seems harder. So there's a Bill Moyer's interview. I listened to it this week. I saw the video of it. It's on the Faith and Reason series, a series that the Sacred Journey group on Wednesday afternoon is in the midst of doing. They've seen this video with Dr. Jeanette Winterston. She is a scholar of mythology, and she tells her story of being raised in a fundamentalist Pentecostal household. She was raised to be a street preacher, and she was doing it when she was a child. She says that there were 6 books allowed in their house. One was the Bible, and the other 5 were books about the Bible. And that's it. Her mother would say, the trouble with a book is you never know what's in it until it's too late. So they didn't have books. Except that she was a curious child and a curious young woman, and she would smuggle books into the house and then hide them under her mattress, she said, till she had stacks and stacks of books, making her mattress lumpy. She would do that, and then it turned out, at age 16, she fell in love with a girl. And her parents gave her a choice. Leave the girl or leave home. That was it. And so she chose to leave home. When she did, her mother said to her, "Why would you be happy when you could be normal?" Once woke, how can you go back to Egypt? You choose to move forward or to retreat backward. And once you know, how can you go backwards? So there's a lot of folks here at St. Stephen's who have spent time, and we continue to educate ourselves about the issues at our southern border and the people who are showing up there every day. And the might be separated. They might be detained for months and months. And they've heard that our nation is not perfect, that the poor are not respected, and that immigrants are not welcomed with open arms. Why do they take this journey to come? They come knowing all this. And what it means that they still come is that what they're leaving is worse. Much worse. So despite our shortcomings as a culture and as a nation, they have hopes for safety and for a future for their children that they are leaving behind this familiarity that is violent and unsafe and unhopeful. And so they come with this hard journey because they're choosing life rather than death. Even though the choice is a hardship, still, it is life. And so we're left with these choices. Choose what is familiar or what is popular and faithless and takes you back to slavery. Or choose what is forward-looking and faithful and enlightened and takes you to freedom. Do you choose